What's going on? Welcome back to Pan GHQ. This episode I'm going to start talking about backpacks. I did a last video talking about the Black Diamond backpack. Great company, love Black Diamond. Again, some people are saying how small it is, how tight it was, extending these. You can check that out on YouTube. I did a video on that. So let's go to YouTube and check that out. What I did promise you talking about backpacks, making stuff lighter. And like I said, I've traveled all over the world, hiking, camping, mountain climbing. And it's just a hobby of mine, making stuff lighter. Weight is energy. So the lighter, the better. Especially someone like me that's got bad back, broke my back a couple times playing hockey, mountain climbing, stuff like that. So weight is definitely your enemy. So every time I go shopping, I always take a scale with me. You can buy a little hand scale, works wonders, everything. Of course, you can do it online, look at the weight, but I still weigh it just to make sure that my weight, and then I bring it home and dissect it to make it even lighter. As for this backpack, again, this is one I took to Everest. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's the best. Do some research. This backpack was very cheap, off-brand backpack. You can tell, the straps themselves are a little bit thinner, but super light. This backpack is, of course, since it's a cheaper backpack, it doesn't have all your special little compartments and stuff, which you don't need. It's just more of a selling point. I shouldn't say that. Some of these companies will probably get mad at me for saying that, but be kind of logical in what you're getting. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's the best for you. So again, with this backpack, it was already light, brought it home. A couple things I'd like to share. Anything you can do to shed weight. Anything you can do. Any kind of straps, you can see it in here. Any strap that goes through here, they sew it. That sewing is just to stop it so it doesn't pull through. Anything on the other side of the sewing, you can cut off. It's just extra. It's just extra weight for no reason. I haven't done anything to this backpack, like I said in the last episode, but as you can see, this whole thing right here, it's not doing nothing for you. Just extra weight. All these things like this, I cut off. All this crap. It's just to make stuff look beautiful, but you really don't need it. But make sure that you leave the sew mark on there. It's again so it doesn't pull through. As you can see, I chopped off everything I could possibly could. I even chopped these off, but make sure you burn the ends once you cut it. Pick something and burn the ends so it doesn't fray. Otherwise, you just got a complete mess and it'll fall apart. Watch what you're cutting. You don't want to cut anything important. But all these ends, like anything that was extra, even these ones I cut right to a length. But even these, if you ever get a new backpack, if you ever pull them out all the way, where this is actually totally flat, you still got a lot extra. I just cut it off. It's just you're carrying extra weight for no reason. There's no point of it. So any kind of ends I cut off. But like I said, make sure you burn them so they don't fray. Even your waist belt, I see this all the time. It cracks me up. Good measure is, dress really warm. Something that you would, if you're gonna go winter camping, whatever you put all your main clothes on, jacket, all t-shirts, everything on once. Then put this strap around your waist, tighten it up so it's comfortable where you think. And then just leave a little bit extra so you can grab it with your fingers, but cut off the ends. I know it doesn't look pretty. Actually, I think I started a fire with one of these straps, some extras at one time. I needed some burning materials raining out, so I just use, again, there you go, there's a safety tip for you. But once you do cut them, make sure you burn the ends. But I see it all the time when people on trails, they got this belt, or waist belt around them, and they got, 1 foot of line just dangling off. For what? There's no reason. But make sure you put, heavier clothes on so you don't, have a t-shirt on, cut it to your size. And then winter camping, you have all these jackets on and your strap isn't long enough. That's kind of a one-time deal, remember. It's kind of sewn in there. So make sure you put your heavier stuff on and then adjust it and cut it off. Anything you can, just get rid of all that crap. Cut all that stuff off. Any extra tags. Here's another one I see all the time. I don't know why people don't think of this. This opening only opens so far. And this string, this rope, this tightener, if you want to call it. And I am a big fan of just one cylinder backpack, because I put everything in a dry bag anyways. I'll get to dry bags at a different time, but since I'm talking about it right now, since I'm talking about it right now, I have it in my hands. When you do dry bags, again, weigh them and test them. Well, you can test all your equipment, but before, some of these dry bags are actually not waterproof. They might be water resistant or something like that. So put clothes in them, put them in a bucket or a bathtub, submerge it in water for a couple minutes. I sometimes I'll leave it sit for 5, 10, even an hour. I test all my equipment. Test everything at home before you go. You don't want to get out in the wilderness or mountains and find out that something's leaking water and all your crap is wet. So yeah, test this bag. So anyways, I use water bags in all my backpacks anyways. But again, getting to this, this thing only opens so far. Open this as far as you can. Anything is extra. I mean, really, sometimes you open this thing up and the strap is, this line can be another foot long, 8 inches long. What's the point? It only opens so far anyways. So again, it's this extra weight. Cut that crap off. Actually, I replaced this line 3 different times, to tell you the truth. The one I actually took to Everest, and I said this in last videos, I usually use fishing line, 8-pound test, like braided line, spider line, something like that. Again, to get rid of weight. You can just get anything like that. I mean, it's not like it's pulling a car out of a ditch or something. I mean, it's just to tighten up and that's it. So you can actually use fishing line. Again, it'll make it lighter. Anything you can to make it lighter. So that's about it. I think this backpack, I've done in the past too with backpacks. This one, actually I didn't do it too, I did a different one. If you do plan on being around water, rafting, or one time I was hiking through Central America, through Belize, and I came into a stone valley with a little creek that ran through, and I started walking. And of course it gets deeper and deeper. And well, I'll give you 2 reasons, getting back to this dry bag, what to do. If you get a bunch of water in this bag, once you come out, or if it's raining really hard, and you get water inside this bag, it's weight, it's energy. Not this backpack. I've gone through a lot of backpacks in my life. But if you take something hot, like I took a hot screwdriver, very hot, again, so it burns it, so you don't fray it, or you can put glue around it too once you burn a hole. I poked a hole right through the center, so once you come out, especially if it's raining, if that water collects in the bottom, it just keeps draining right out. You're not sitting there carrying around extra weight for no reason. Or swimming with these bags, like I've done in Belize. I guess I would call it swimming. And just since I said that, again, I wasn't going to go into waterproof bags this time, or these pouches this time. Anytime you use this, you always want to roll it up as tight as possible. It gets rid of weight, or sorry, not weight, it gets rid of room. If you're going to be around water, plan on being around water, any river, as soon as you see water, if it's a rafting trip or just hiking around a river, open this bag and, make sure you get some air in there, and then wind it up close. Because if your bag happens to go in the water, it'll float. I sunk a bag once, or if it's on your back and you fall in the river, which I've done too, it just weighs you down. So if you have some air in that bag, it makes it buoyant, so it floats. So probably could save your life, so it doesn't pull you down under. As for that, that's about it. Like I said, key things: buy a scale anytime you're buying stuff. Just because it's expensive doesn't mean it's the best. Lots of my equipment is, some of the equipment I have is cheaper stuff I can find. Usually cheaper means lighter because it's cheaper made, common sense. It's not a fashion show, like I always say. And do what you can to make it lighter. Any of those straps, but make sure you don't cut anything important. You can just get rid of any, this thing had all kinds of different straps on it at one time. Again, it's just selling. It's a selling point to make stuff look good or to advertise and blah, 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 but you don't need that crap on there. So, and any extra tags, any tags inside, where it's made or what's made out of, you don't need that stuff either. Get rid of that. So anyways, that's it for today. Enjoy the outdoors. Stay positive. Keep traveling, man. See you later till next time. Bye-bye.